So today we are at the Art Center again. This is such a nice place.
Yes.
And it's freezing cold outside, really, really cold. So the guests today are Mickey Koetting and Mary Elise. And they are going to talk about the King's Ball, which is February the 1st. It's moving up fast.
Yes.
Right.
Coming
So
right
it's an
around
annual
then.
event, but they are going to tell you all about it.
Right, it's every year on the first Saturday in February, which this year is the 1st.
So next year it's the 6th. I've already checked on that. So give you a little extra
6
time.
more days.
Yes, to figure out what you're going to wear and make your little snacks and everything. So it's February the 1st. It will be, as always, at the VFW Hall. And we've got Dennis Stromat is the musician, and his L'Esprit Creole. And the Deborah Highland is being the caller again like she was last year.
But if you were there last year, it got a little crowded when they tried to do the Grand Promenade. The beginning of the line ran into the back of the line.
Oh, really fast.
Yeah. This year, we're going to do 2 Grand Promenades.
experience
We're going,
and
yes, we're going to do the
Yeah.
right side of the hall, and then we'll do the left side of the hall, so that we don't run into that issue again. So there's a little difference there.
Yeah. We used to be known that we had the longest promenade line of any of the King's Balls that occurred at that time. Now we're down to us and Prairie du Rocher, but there were more, and so we had the biggest. We had the biggest. Everybody was up.
It was so long that Dennis Stromat's arm went to sleep, and he had a hard time finishing up the music and
Oh
had to
my
go
God.
outside and shake his arm to wake
Yeah.
it back up again.
Wake
So
it back- wake it
this
up.
year, we'll try to avoid that
Yeah.
happen again.
Oh, I'm excited because this is the first year. I've been saying I'm going every year. This year, actually going to be there.
Very good.
I might not dance. I might just sit.
Just sitting and people watching.
I bet
is
that's
fabulous.
great.
Yes.
You never know what kind of costumes are going to show up.
And that's kind of my favorite thing anyway.
Yeah.
People
I
watch.
I had friends that came from St. Louis for 2 or 3 years, and they didn't dance and they didn't dress in costume. And I said, "Are you sure you're having a good?" Oh, they said, "Oh, people watching is what we come for." So yeah.
Now, in the past, if someone wanted to reserve a table, they called in. This year it's being done all online. So you go to historicstgen.org, and there's a picture there. You pick your seat at whatever table you wish to be, and you can make that reservation right online. It's $20 for adults and $10 for kids 5 to 18 years old.
Yeah.
Of course, you can still pay at the door as well.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of difference this year.
Modern.
Yes.
Modernization.
That's
Yes.
Mix the old and the new.
Exactly.
I would probably be having to go and pay at the door because I'm not that good with the computer, but Jack is. So that works out.
And they have sold over 200 tickets already.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So, yes.
And it's like 340 is the number of people that can
Seats.
be in the hall.
Oh, okay.
So it's selling out fast.
That is.
And yeah.
One other difference this year, we used to decorate with candles when we decorate the tables, and the VFW Hall has asked that there be no flames. It's a fire.
But that's nice. There's still those fake candles.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
very
yeah,
pretty.
you can
Yeah.
still whatever, you just can't light a candle. Just wanted to point out that little difference.
And as always, you decorate your own table. We do minimal decorations, so you can bring in whatever decorations that you would like and whatever food, snack-wise, that you would like and make your table individual.
And please bring snacks and enjoy the evening. It's a long evening. Doors open at 6, dancing starts at 7, and it lasts until 11. But we do ask that you use the cash bar at the VFW for your drinks.
Yeah. Yeah, so, and we have more wine than we had last year, and different wines than, again, what they had, but still do all of your beverages through the cash bar, rather than bringing that,
Right.
so.
Oh,
That's it.
and like in the past, we'll have the king's cake where the gentleman will be offered pieces of cake, and whoever finds the baby Jesus hidden in their piece of cake, that'll be the king for the year, and he picks his queen.
So, and then there are two beans in there, one for a junior attendant. So one of the cakes is for the student age attendees, and then one for an adult attendant. So,
And there's quite a few young people go.
They
Yes.
do.
Yes.
It is an evening when you can have a 5-year-old, a 15-year-old, and a 50-year-old all doing a dance at the same time. It's
Yeah.
so much fun.
it is.
I bet it is.
It really is. So,
Yeah, I'm excited to go.
Good.
yeah, good. We're excited to see you.
I just wish I was back to my young age when I could have moved. But
Don't we
that's the
all?
way it happened. Yeah, we all wish that for sure.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And every year, individuals from the community are saluted at the King's Ball, recognized for what they do for the community. So this year,
Our Le Chevalier is Vern Bowman, and he's being recognized for all the work that he does for the community, for his efforts during the '93 flood, and I'm going to be reading here, and working with the levee board for all these many years, and he's on the board of St. Genevieve Museum and Learning Center, and his contributions to the establishment of the St. John Middle Mississippi Wildlife Refuge. So he's done quite a lot of things, and we're
Sure has.
happy to make him a Le Chevalier.
yes, and the La Dame this year will be Carolyn Bach. She's all excited about
Oh,
this, and we are recognizing her contributions to the community with the Art Guild and with her research that she does at the St. Genevieve Library, Museum and Learning Center, and especially her research to find out more about Ferdinand Rozier and John James Audubon and their
Their
relationship.
partnership and everything.
And also she did a lot of research to determine if it's a possibility that the birds that were passed down through the Rozier family were indeed mounted by John James Audubon.
So that would be a huge feather in everybody's cap if that was
It
true.
would.
Yeah,
That learning center is such a great place
it is.
for all ages.
Uh-huh. Absolutely.
Yes,
The
indeed.
little kids love the dinosaurs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, who doesn't love a good dinosaur, as long as they're not alive?
We wouldn't want that.
No.
Well, I was so dumb, I thought it was really a egg hatching. And they thought, how in the world did they get an egg? They had to say, that's not
Simulation.
real.
Yeah,
It's like,
simulation, some
okay.
sci-fi stuff. Yeah.
But the King's Ball has been going on in St. Genevieve for a very long time.
Very long time. Way back to the original settlers coming, and they're the ones that brought this with them from France. Is that, you know, they came here once a year. Well, actually back then it was more than once a year. They got together between 12th night and Ash Wednesday, and they would, at 12th night, they would have the first ball. Whoever became the king and queen would then get together and form the next ball that would be the next Sunday, and this went all the way up until Ash Wednesday when Lent started. So you had all of this fun before you went into Lent, and
I didn't know there was so many.
Yes.
oh yeah, oh
And then it died out over the years, but it was brought back again.
well, we know that there was one in 1935 because the ladies that were the maids of honor taught to me and to 8 kids. We used to get 4 couples and do the minuet, and so they taught us how to do the minuet as they remembered it since 1935.
Oh, my.
And then again, it was brought together. First one I went to, and this is not all that, well, it is long ago, was in 1970, yes. And so I missed two that we were in living in Germany, and then I missed 2 years ago, and I'm going to miss this year. But it was a community event, which is what the French settlers brought, because everybody went to the ball. The servants, the slaves, the owners of the houses, everybody went. And so
And it's still an event where everybody comes.
Yes, yes.
It came back again when it initially with Jour de Fête, when Jour de Fête started up.
Mhm.
Oh.
And then they were having it in August. And the king and queen were selected by a costume contest, and somebody kept winning every year.
I know. Sorry about that. Yeah.
Miss Mickey, I
Yeah. And then it got changed to being this like epiphany-like event
Yeah.
with the king's cake.
With the king's cake. And-
So this actually started up again in the 1970?
Well, I think it was going on a little bit before that.
Jour de Fête started in the
In
late
67 or
60s.
68, yeah.
Is that when it was?
Yeah.
I couldn't remember. I
Yeah.
remember because we put, they had art down in Citizens Electric
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
for the Jour de Fête.
Yeah, I remember
And
that.
I wasn't 65 yet, so couldn't belong to the art. It was Mr. Wilson's class from MAC
Oh,
that
okay.
showed it. But we weren't 65 yet, so we
Yeah.
could not participate.
Well, it gives you something to look forward to.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, once when we were 65, we started taking classes.
That's a good deal.
Had a big discount.
Yeah.
And originally back then they had the King's Ball at the KC Hall for a while, but we quickly outgrew that hall.
Yes.
And we're using the VFW Hall, which is the largest hall
In town.
in town.
Yes.
And we are filling it up. What are we going to do? Build another hall?
I thought they could just knock the wall out and move it back, about 30 feet.
So in other words, it's a great event. Lots of people attend, and we all have a very good time.
That's good. That's great.
And-
Yeah.
A lot of people come from out of town, and I haven't called the hotels in town, but they're probably booked for that night because there are a lot of people that come. And but it should be a community event, and we're seeing that the last number of years. More and more local people were coming, but for a long time it was like, we're doing this, and nobody from St. Genevieve was coming. But
Oh, really? It was mostly out of town people?
oh, mostly, yes.
Now, they're the same, frequently the same people that come every year because we have such a good time.
Yeah.
So what happens at the ball? I mean, if you can tell the people.
Back in the day, they had a king's cake, which was not as big as our king's cake, and because that was the style, and they hid in the king's cake the beans and baby Jesus, and whoever got the piece of cake with those in them became the court. And so probably back in the original time, I bet they didn't do much with the court. It was just kind of, we're glad you were here and you get the consolation prize. But everybody brought their own tablecloths, and they put, their own candles and everything, which was the custom, and everybody just knew that and packed up their baskets with all the stuff to make their own table hospitable, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And so that all comes down from that early settlement. So
So the people still bring their tablecloths
Mhm.
and,
we have tablecloths on the table and coverings, and but if you want to bring your own, that's
To elaborate.
some fancier, yeah.
And we do have some different decorations to expect this year. The tables will be a little bit decorated a little bit differently, and we have a updated coronation area with some very nice chairs and
Yeah.
a nice backdrop. It will be a little bit different then.
Changing it up a little
That's
bit.
right.
Yeah, makes it new and fresher, if you will.
Right.
And the Foundation for Restoration of St. Genevieve sponsors this event, and I'm happy to, because it contributes to the foundation's mission of preserving our history, and that doesn't mean just a building, it's events, it's activities, and
Cultural things, which is this also, you know, the foundation is just trying to make the living history rather than just, oh, there's a house that you can go look at. And so this is one of those things that fits that bill.
yes.
And that's the same thing when they have the dance at the Valley. Is that a church? No.
Oh,
When
that,
is that?
ballet.
Yes.
Um,
Is that about the
that's,
Jurdapet time? Is that what it
yes,
is?
yes, and that's a demonstration of
Then they do
dances
the
of the
dance.
past.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Correct. Now, what typically is done at the King's Ball, it's square dances, reels, schottisches, waltzes, old-fashioned type dances.
Oh,
And the caller tells you what to do, walks you through the steps before they start the music and pick up the speed, so that you know what to do.
Because otherwise, everybody say, well, I don't know how to do that. I
But
don't know how
they
to-"
walk you right through it,
Yeah.
and it works out fine. So here you've got a square of people, and there's, like I said, a 5-year-old, a 15-year-old, 50-year-old, and the little kids, we just help them along, you know?
Yeah.
You go this way, and it all works out.
And- Yeah, and the little ones really get serious about it, and they enjoy the evening as much as anybody else, and get out there, and many of the dances were social dances that after 8 bars of music, you switch partners, so now you eventually are
Mixers.
dancing with everybody in the hall at some point, and so you're ending up dancing with well, on me, the 5-year-old is about here. But they, you know, if you don't have them as a partner the first time, by the time you get to them, they know what they're supposed to be doing, and they really come through and make it fun and interesting to go through the lines. You want to form a tunnel though, which
Yes.
several of them do. It's hard, you know. But I have the same trouble, and so I just kind of put my hand up in the air and let that be the tunnel.
And one year, someone overheard a teenager say, "Why don't we dance like this anymore? It's so much fun."
Yeah.
So everybody enjoys themselves.
Yeah.
Better than taking their glass of beer or whatever out on the
Oh,
floor
yeah.
and spilling it all over everything.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't get that during the
And
King's
that's a
Ball.
great thing.
Yes,
Great.
yes. So it is February the 1st. Doors open at 6, dancing starts at 7. It's $20 for adults, $10 for students, which is 5 to 18 if you need an age frame. At the first break of music, we do the coronation, and so we can do that early, and then everybody can just dance the rest of the night away.
And if you wish to order a ticket, get your seat in advance, go to historicstgen.org, or you can pay at the door.
But reservations.
Same price.
Yeah, same price. But reservations seem to be building up a lot, so I think I wouldn't risk not getting a ticket and go ahead and pay for it. But
Yeah, it'd be a shame to come to the door and, sorry, you can't come in.
yeah,
We're all filled up.
but yeah, we're bound by that fire hazard that how many people can be there.
Right.
So we want everybody to come.
Yeah. Come do-si-do your partner and have the man left
Yeah.
and have a great time
I
at the mall.
remember the square dances
Yes,
when
yes.
we were in school.
And the Virginia Reel, that's my
Oh,
favorite.
yes.
Yeah. That's just about everybody's favorite. When
It
they
is.
announce they're going to do the Virginia Reel, you hear this big cry building up as people start hooting about it. And then ask to do it again. So we like them to do it a little early so they can do it again. So. Okay, do you have any questions for us?
Not really. I expected you guys to just ride along,
Yeah.
tell all about it, what they need to do, what they, now as far as dresses, they can wear anything they want.
That's
really.
right, whatever.
If you want to
Many,
dress.
many people dress the time period. Teenagers, it's kind of like their anti-prom. They'll come in a formal, whatever, just nice clothes. It's just
Yeah.
fine.
And people that are coming for the first time, I always say, come, look around the hall and see what you want to wear next year. If you want to become dressed as an Indian or as
That's right.
from the Civil War or just whatever kind, you want to be
Wear
as
your
dressed up
kilt.
as I am, yeah. They can wear their kilts. I made 17 pairs of kilts for my son's wedding, so there should be people out there with kilts. So, but anything that you feel comfortable about and is dressed up a little bit.
That's good, yeah. It's nice, I remember years ago, everybody dressed up. Go to the Vets Hall on Saturday night.
Yeah.
You were dressed, you weren't in your jeans, you were dressed in a dress.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And period costuming kind of adds to the ambiance.
Right, and it takes you back to that period, that time period.
It does, and it's, you're not yourself, you know, so if you have to get out there and miss a step or two, it's okay. It's okay, you're dressed as
So-and-so.
so-and-so, yeah, whomever. So we hope to see everybody come and enjoy.
And I
As long
think-
as it's less than 346 people, whatever the number is.
And got a number there we gotta withhold.
Yes, yes.
The foundation really does a lot of good things. You take care of the cemetery.
Yes.
And the Gibor Valley House.
We have two houses. We have the Geboard and then we have the Kiel Schwent
Right.
on 2nd Street. And, yeah, and we've been doing the cemetery.
Now, what do they use the Kiel Swint House for now?
We use
Is it
it
still
as
the
a-
library and meeting?
There is, the Mecker Library is there, and you can come and do research. We've got quite a collection of books pertaining to the area and the Mid-Mississippi Valley and the French Corridor.
Oh, okay.
So it covers a lot of things, the books that are there. And you need to stay there and do your research because it's not a lending library, but it is that. And it's our home where we have our board meetings and we have our secretary's desk is there so that you can, if you need to be making reservations or for anything or need to go in and ask about it, there's somebody there on Monday and Thursdays.
Oh, okay.
And
I didn't know if it was used anymore as a
yeah,
open place or not. Yeah, it's a beautiful place.
it is. It's very nice indeed. And then there's storage upstairs, so all the stuff from the King's Ball is upstairs and it has to be brought downstairs. And, but
You need some nice, healthy young men to do that.
yeah.
And the foundation also, in keeping with their mission, tries to invigorate what we know about the past. For example, the Deja Vu Spirit Reunion that's held the fourth Saturday of every October is fascinating. That's up in the cemetery, where 24 of us are in costume and talking about the lives of somebody who's buried there.
Right,
It
that
is
is
so fascinating,
It is.
full of history.
Yeah.
We went to one in Virginia, Williamsburg. This one, I think, really outdoes that one. Yes.
There's so much
I have
history.
never been to this one, but I love to read about it because the cemetery is kind of.
Yeah. Oh, well,
And
come at 5 when the sun is up. And
So you can see.
I probably still could walk.
Yeah.
My cane might not go from one place to the other fast enough.
Yeah.
And then the French Heritage Festival in June highlights our French heritage as
Right.
well.
Yeah. A lot of great things in St. Genevieve.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very much lots of things to see and do,
Yeah.
especially on the first Saturday in February.
Okay, so, got anything else you want to talk
I
about?
don't think so. We'll come back later and talk about the French heritage and
That
talk
would be
about
great.
the spirit reunion, and so we'll,
That's good. I would love to have you here.
yeah.
I remember when you used to bring your little grandbabies and they would
Oh, they they were knitting and
figuring
they
it.
were
Oh, is that what it was called?
setting, they were
Figuring it?
setting and they were knitting. Some, the older ones were knitting, yeah. And,
That was so fascinating. See those little ones, their fingers move
and
so
yeah,
fast, yeah.
they took to it right away, so.
Yeah, and there's a lot of things in the past that what's new has had on that's
That's
very
right.
interesting. And we've had from diseases to fun things and lots of information. And they're all in the archives, aren't they, Charlie? So you can go to St. Gen TV and go to What's New. Is that what you still do?
Go to the YouTube page,
YouTube.
St. Jen TV's YouTube, and
YouTube,
search
and then-
What's New, and we also have a What's New playlist where you can find everything that we've
Oh,
done.
okay.
So if you're really not certain about the King's Ball, go to St. Gen TV, YouTube, and search for the King's Ball and
Right.
see some video of past balls and what's going on.
It is. Those are nice videos.
Yes.
I've watched a few of them just to see what kind of dresses and stuff.
Yeah,
So if you're coming in, you need ideas for dresses. That's another.
that's another spot.
Even for the guys, that's another place to go to.
You can kind of cheat a little bit if you've got a couple of skirts in your closet, take out your fullest one, put the others underneath to puff them out, and a peasant blouse and a vest, and you're looking like an everyday dress in ancient St. Genevieve.
Or
And-
a guy can have sweatpants pulled up to just below the knee with knee socks, a simple shirt, and you're good to go.
Put a little lace on a jabot.
So again, even if you're not going to dance, come to the King's Ball and people watch.
Fun. Yes.
It is.
Well, thank you girls for coming.
Our pleasure.
Yes.
And we always like you to come back, of course. So, anyway,
See you
I
next
guess
year.
we'll
Yeah.
see you in a few months for the other activities that
That's
are
right.
going on in
All
St.
right.
Jen. Yeah. So, say goodbye, everyone. Good night.
Bye.